Exclusive life after heartbreak.
Why Jennifer Garner isn't ready to date after divorce.
And how Ben Affleck is working on himself in the wake of their troubled marriage.
Honeymoon hotness.
Pippa Middleton spotted in Sydney as she enjoys some downtime after her wedding.
Kay Letourneau's former student files for separation 21 years after their illicit affair.
What went wrong and how they plan to parent their children. We've got all the details.
Here we go. J-Lo celebrates her big night with A-Rod.
We've got highlights from her new show, World of Dance.
But no one shakes it like J-Lo, Jeremy.
That is true. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to People Now, People.com and Facebook Live. We are streaming live and happy to have you here. So much to get to today. It's Clint Eastwood's birthday, everybody, and we are celebrating by comparing his most twinning moments with his son, Scott Eastwood. Look at that. It's pretty incredible. For our question of the day, we want to know, who's your favorite famous family? Let us know in the comment section below. We will get to your answers live right here on the show a little bit later. But first, here's what you need to know and what's trending today. Kay Letourneau's illicit relationship with Vili Folau shocked the world, and now, after more than 2 headline-grabbing decades, it appears to be coming to an end. On Tuesday, People confirmed that Folau has filed for separation from 55-year-old Letourneau, who spent more than 7 years in prison on charges of child rape in connection with their affair before they married in 2005. Here's the timeline of their relationship. We'll break it down for you. In 1996, Folau met Letourneau as a student in her 6th grade class in Seattle. She started helping him with his budding drawing skills after school, sometimes at her home. By June or so, they began having sex when he was just 12 years old. Letourneau's obsessive connection with Folau grew deeper, and her husband at the time discovered a love letter that his wife had written to the boy. He turned the letter over to police, and on March 4th, 1997, she was arrested and charged with second-degree child rape. Out on bail, Letourneau, who had 4 children with her then-husband, gave birth on May 23, 1997, to her first child with Folau, a daughter named Audrey. Letourneau was sentenced to 89 months in prison in November 1997 following her guilty plea on 2 second-degree child rape charges, but she was paroled after 6 months on the condition that she stay away from Folau. Well, that was not to be. In February 1998, after she was released from prison, police spotted Letourneau having sex with him in her car. She shocked the world once more when she became pregnant with her second child with Folau. On February 6, 1998, the judge who had ordered Letourneau to stay away from Folau ordered her to serve out the rest of her 7.5-year sentence. In October of that year, Letourneau gave birth to Georgia, her second daughter with Folau, but this time behind bars at the Washington Correction Center for Women. While in prison, Folau's mother raised their baby daughters. Letourneau and her then-husband divorced in 1999, leaving her free to marry again. And while her 2 daughters with Folau remained with his family, her now ex-husband had sole custody of their 4 kids. When Letourneau was released from prison in August 2004, Folau, then 21 years old, asked the court to reverse the no-contact order against Letourneau, which the judge then granted. On May 20th, 2005, Letourneau and Folau married at a winery in Washington, where they exchanged vows in front of more than 200 guests and their 2 daughters, who served as flower girls. Letourneau and Folau celebrated their 10th anniversary in 2015, with Letourneau working as a legal assistant and Folau as a DJ. The couple sat down with Barbara Walters at the time, and Folau revealed that he went through depression during the whole ordeal and was surprised to be alive. When Walters asked Letourneau whether she felt guilty or disgusted with herself for having an affair with her one-time student, Letourneau replied, "I loved him very much, and I kind of thought, why can't it ever be just a kiss?" Well, this week, a source close to the couple tells People that they've been having issues for a while now. They tried to work through them, but it didn't work. They're still committed to being good parents to their children. However, any issues they face are between the 2 of them. The source says no one else is involved. Stay on People.com for more on this story as it develops. Now, moving on to this. After ending her marriage to Ben Affleck, Jennifer Garner is finally moving on and looking forward to her future as a single mom. And this week's People cover story is going inside the actress's fresh start, with insiders saying, quote, "Jen seems relieved that they finally filed. For months, she put a lot of pressure on herself to file in haste. Now, finally, it seems that she really feels she made the right decision." And another insider close to Ben and Jen opens up about the former couple's relationship, saying Jen has learned her relationship with Ben is better as friends and co-parents, and she is good with it now. Time really did help put her in a better place. So the question is, Jennifer Garner, is she ready to hit the dating world? Well, a source close to the star says that she will, quote, eventually date, but it will be a while before she does. The insider goes on to say, Jen's certainly not jumping up and down screaming, I'm single, and planning dates. She still says Ben was the love of her life. The insider adds, quote, getting married again is the last thing on Jen's mind now, but she is a woman who likes a secure family, so the future is wide open. As of right now, Jen is focused on her career, including her work for Save the Children and choosing roles in smart indie flicks. And as for Ben Affleck, well, sources say that he's focused on, quote, working on himself and making co-parenting with Garner his top priority. Plus, the actor recently moved out of the family's LA guest house into a nearby place of his own. The source saying Ben often pops over to the family house for breakfast before the kids head to school. To read the entire Jennifer Garner cover story, pick up your copy of People on newsstands Friday. Well, Pippa Middleton and husband James Matthews are enjoying some well-deserved rest on their honeymoon in and around the Sydney Harbor, local media is reporting. The newlyweds were spotted at one point jogging around the harbor before boarding a water taxi. According to local media, Pippa and James flew via seaplane to a restaurant north of Sydney with friends. We still can't get over Pippa and James' big day. The couple got married on May 20th in Inglefeld, just outside of London, and it was a full-on royal affair. Pippa's sister, Princess Kate, and her husband, Prince William, were there, of course, with their royal little ones, Princess Charlotte and Prince George, both of them having roles in the wedding as a bridesmaid and a page boy. Even Meghan Markle attended the reception with Prince Harry. We loved watching it all unfold. Well, Zelda Williams, a 27-year-old daughter of the late Robin Williams, is opening up about healing online trolls and paving her own path in this week's issue of People. The brown-eyed beauty, who recently starred in the freeform supernatural series Dead of Summer, has come a long way since the shocking suicide of her father, relying on the support of friends to help get her through the tough times. She tells People they helped enormously in making me open up and get to a place of going, this will never not have happened. You have to move forward without trying to push it aside. And after being bullied on social media following her dad's death, Zelda continued to move forward, developing a, quote, different sense of humor when it came to online hate, saying, I've never stopped letting people in. If I kept the world out, I wouldn't be very good at my job. Zelda's also been busy forging her own Hollywood path, revealing to People, I knew I was never going to be my father. I didn't go into acting with any ideas of where I'd wind up. I just really love it. And we're glad to see and hear that she is doing well. Andrea, Boehlke, good morning.
Hello, good morning. All right, guys, let's check in with Facebook Live. Clint Eastwood, which is his birthday, happy birthday, and son Scott Eastwood are giving us some major twin goals. We want to know who your favorite famous family is.
Edward says, my favorite famous family is the Wayans.
Okay.
And there are a lot of them,
yes.
and they are doing great in Hollywood.
Tammy says the royal family, good family. And Charlie says Kurt Russell, Goldie Hawn, Kate Hudson, need I say more? Don't have to say more.
And we're not going to either.
No,
So
we're not going to, that's all.
you just keep the Facebook comments coming in. We're going to check in with you again a little bit later, but first, Andrea, more for us in Star Treks.
Yes, Jeremy. Well, we've got an Out of This World recap for you guys this morning in Star Treks. Watch.
There's been dance shows, but we wanted to create the Olympics of dance. This is a chance to say, I am the best in the world.
Yes, the highly anticipated premiere of NBC's World of Dance finally arrived Tuesday night, where some of the world's best dancers began their journey for fame, prestige, and a $1 million grand prize. Judged and executive produced by entertainment mogul Jennifer Lopez, the World of Dance team also includes fellow judges Neo and Derek Huff, as well as host and mentor Jenna Dewan Tatum. For the competition, 47 elite dancers, from social media superstars to high-level backup dancers, compete in specific groupings and work to acquire points out of 100. Check out the top competitors from last night's episode. Look at those moves. That's Parisian-born brothers Les Twins setting the bar pretty high on Tuesday night. The famous duo, who have already performed alongside Beyonce, Jay-Z, Missy Elliott, and more, scored a whopping 95.7 out of 100, earning them top honors of the night. Safe to say it's already turning out to be a pretty dynamite season, and our girl J-Lo definitely agrees. Watch this.
Big night.
Here we go. How cute is that? Yes, of course, J.Lo had her man by her side for Tuesday night's epic World of Dance premiere. The A-lister hosted an East Coast viewing party where she live tweeted her reactions to the episode. Fellow judges Neo and Derek Huff, as well as host Jenna Dewan Tatum, also got in on the action. Jenna tweeted this adorable gif of herself and Lopez, captioning the video, "Worldwide trend what? Waiting for World of Dance to start on the West Coast like." I gotta say, these ladies were looking fierce in honor of last night's premiere. NBC's World of Dance airs Tuesday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern, and we've got even more from the one and only Jennifer Lopez. Stay tuned for an epic mashup of the star's best dance moves throughout the years. But first, watch this.
When I think of Hollywood star, I sort of think of these really iconic people like, you know, Judy Garland or Johnny Carson, and I thought, do they know something that I don't know? Like, am I about to die, or is it over? Like, is this it for my career? Like, at the twilight of my career, like, you've done, you know, that college kid, the Russian spy, and now it's done. Here's your star, and make room for other people.
That's Keri Russell in what seems like disbelief, receiving a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame on Tuesday. The actress was recognized for her critically acclaimed work in television, including starring roles in the beloved and cult classic Felicity, and most recently FX's The Americans. And her co-stars from both hit shows were there to honor Russell. Everyone from Felicity creators J.J. Abrams and Matt Reeves to her Americans co-stars and her real-life love, Matthew Rhys. And of course, fans are going crazy over the mini Felicity reunion happening with her co-star Scott Speedman. Here's what Russell had to say about the bond she, Speedman, and the rest of the Felicity cast still have. Watch.
It just speaks to a special chemistry of what that show was, and for a lot of us that we're all still friends, and it was just a special time. And I think a lot, even for Matt and JJ, I think we all kind of grew up on that show. None of us had really been entrenched in that kind of series before, so we all learned along the way and kind of grew up.
But the Felicity love didn't end at the Walk of Fame ceremony. Russell and Speedman also stopped by Jimmy Kimmel Live on Tuesday night, where the late night host asked if we can ever expect a real reboot. Watch.
Will you do like a Gilmore Girls-y kind of thing on Netflix where you get together?
I would do it. Some people are on really high-class shows, and some people won't really do it. I'll do it in a heartbeat. I'll be on Lifetime.
So funny. And when Keri Russell was talking to Kimmel about her character's infamous haircut that she got after season 1, which was highly criticized by fans, the actress made a joke about how Speedman was, quote, a disaster of a boyfriend, and he did not deny it, saying, quote, not much has changed. Love us too. Let's keep hoping for that Felicity reboot. All right, moving on to this. Little People Big World stars Zach and Tori Roloff recently gave birth to their baby boy, Jackson Kyle. And the TLC stars are opening up in this week's People, all about raising a baby with achondroplasia, the most common form of dwarfism. Zach feels that the struggles he went through in his own childhood have prepared him to be a dad to Jackson, saying this: I grew up with the name calling, but the world is changing. People are more open to diversity. Zach Roloff never spent too much time thinking about being a dad, and even explains to people how he never really dated before. When asked about their unique love story, Tori explains that a coworker told her Zach really thought she was cute, but didn't think she would go out with him. Their first date lasted for 5 hours, and they've been together ever since. Zach telling People, Tori brought me out of my shell and made me more social. She gave me confidence. And what does Zach's family think of the new parents? Well, his mom Amy tells People, Zach and Tori love kids. I know they will be wonderful, loving, awesome parents. And for more on Zach, Tori, and their baby boy Jackson, make sure to pick up a copy of People on newsstands everywhere Friday. All right, so happy birthday to Clint Eastwood. Woo! The film icon turns 87 today. We still cannot get over how much his son Scott Eastwood looks exactly like him. Watch and see what I mean. Ended too soon. I could keep watching that all day. All right, and those are your Star Tracks for today.
All right, guys, stay with us. J-Lo is the queen of dance, and we are celebrating what our staff affectionately calls her bodacious booty in honor of her new show. Plus, Nelly is here to share brand new details about his new tour with Florida Georgia Line and the Backstreet Boys. Stick around.
This is King Cutie in People. His Royal Highness Prince George Alexander Louis of Cambridge. These are George's parents, George's home, his Nana, the Queen, and his staff of 644 Englishmen. This is George's dog Lupo, who inspired his favorite book, The Adventures of the Royal Dog Lupo, one George will share now that he's a big brother. People. The details make the story. Don't miss this week's People.
I love not being famous. I think it must be very hard to be in like maybe Brad's position or somebody like that. Especially now with so much more media. The thing that prompted my decision to leave Hollywood was I would always take my children with me when I went on movies. So I would get their classes from their teachers and just keep them up to date with their studies, and then we'd go back. And that worked really, really well for quite a few years. And then one year we went, I was shooting Leaving Normal, and I brought my children with me. And when we came back, my daughter's best friend was best friends with someone else. And there were only 7 girls in the class. So everybody had a partner but her. And at that point she was young and she was devastated.
Actress Meg Tilly is opening up about her decision to leave Hollywood at the height of her fame, her co-starring role in Brad Pitt's movie, and her life as a mother and author today. Meg has 3 children, including a son with ex Colin Firth, and she opened up to people about her relationship with the King's Speech actor as it stands today. Watch this.
He's one of my best friends. Yeah, he's friends with Don too. So he'll come to visit. When Will was in the house, then he would come and he would stay with us. And then Will's out of the house, so we don't stay as much. But when I go to England to see Will, we always have dinner, you know, go out to things with Will. And Livia's wonderful, and we've been there. And they've come here. And then a year or 2 ago, I don't remember when it was, Will was here and he came with one of his other sons, and they all stayed with us. And it's really, yeah, if he wasn't in the world, there would be a hole for me.
All right, guys, so raise your hand if watching J-Lo's World of Dance last night made you wish you could dance like Jenny from the Block. Yep, raising hand, raising hand. All right, you are too.
Let's break this down a bit. Florida Georgia Line, Backstreet Boys, Chris Lane, you.
Yeah.
Have you all been in one room yet?
Yeah, when we did promos, we were all able to come together. We did the photo shoot, and the homie Chris Lane, you know, he's like the baby on tour.
Sure,
so,
right.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be hanging out with him because he's gonna get all the girls. You know,
is there an initiation process for him?
No. You know, he's got the hair going. He's the young kid. You know, I can already see where this is going.
Nelly, he is no fool. The rapper is gearing up for the Smooth Stadium Tour, which is our Toyota People Pick of the day. And the tour is a reunion of sorts between Nelly and the country group. They collaborated on FGL's hit song, Cruise. So what's it really like when a hit-making rapper goes out on tour with one of the biggest acts in country music? Well, Nelly shares the barbecues and everything else in between. Watch.
It's a fun vibe, and the thing I love about FGL is their appreciation for all kinds of music. Even though they're country artists, they're real fans of music, period, across the board. They know their hip-hop, they know their R&B, they know their pop.
I love the idea of you guys sitting around backstage and Florida Georgia Line guys throwing down like legit hardcore like gangster rap or something.
We're backstage doing it all, barbecuing, doing a little bit of other stuff. I'm not gonna say, you know what I'm saying? You know.
Is there gonna be on stage a moment like a mashup of like all the favorites from you, from Backstreet Boys, I mean, is there that kind of thing?
I think Florida Georgia Line and Backstreet, I know they have a dope record that they were able to put out, and it's really cool. So I'm definitely expecting them guys to get out there, and I know we always managed to hit the stage for Cruise, which was the longest running #1 country single in the history of digital music, and I want to say that.
Drop the mic.
Picks it up to say it again.
That's right. Are you kidding me? That's incredible.
No, it's great. So we are able to come up, and again, man, the tour is so fun. It's kind of hard to explain. You got to really see it, because when you say, okay, Nelly's going out with Florida Georgia Line and Backstreet Boys, Chris Lane, like what is going on? And then you see it, you like, wow, that was dope.
The new issue of People features editorial director Jess Cagle's sit-down interview with Daily Show host Trevor Noah, whose memoir, Born a Crime, tells the story of his harrowing life in apartheid South Africa, which included an abusive stepfather who shot his mother. Watch this.
So one day, you were out of the house and you were grown and you got the phone call from your brother saying that your stepfather had shot your mother. She was in the hospital.
Right.
Had shot her in the head. She survived miraculously.
Right.
That it missed everything. How did you deal with the anger that you naturally felt for the man who shot her?
I think the only credit I can give in this situation is to my mother. Because the way my mother dealt with what had happened to her and to us was really the example that I chose to follow, which was not easy. You know, I remember after the shooting, my mother was in the hospital and all I felt was rage. And my mother said to me, don't hate him for doing this, but rather pity him, because he too is a victim in his own way of a world that has thrust upon him an idea of masculinity that he has subscribed to and is now a part of.
Love Trevor Noah.
I know, he's awesome.
All right, let's check in with Facebook Live one more time. We wanted to know who your favorite famous family is. Andrea, why don't you tell us yours?
John picked the first family of reality TV, the Osbournes. That's a great one.
Kira says the Flintstones, yabba dabba doo. Curtis, sorry.
Wait, what was that again? I didn't hear it.
Yeah, I got it. Okay.
Barbara
One
says
and done.
Will and Kate, the royal family.
Christina says my favorite family is Scott Kahn and his family, and Pink with her family. Oh, I like that. That's fun. Pamela says Trisha Yearwood and Garth Brooks. We agree, and Trisha was just here.
Yeah.
We're going to be hearing more from her the next few days.
Great family.
Thanks so much for watching, guys. Be sure to catch us again tomorrow. Cash us back here tomorrow. 8:30 a.m. Eastern. Tish Cyrus is revealing the first thing Billy Ray Cyrus ever said to her. Plus, we have a very special one last thing from Susan Sarandon in Cannes.
Yes, thanks for watching. And for now, we leave you with Nate Berkus and husband Jeremiah Brent as they try to prove who knows the other best. Enjoy.
Bye, guys.
We've never actually met before today.
Yeah,
so
exactly. We're not married, and our show is completely fake. We don't have a daughter. We are not designers. What did you write? Why are you grabbing my ear?
I forgot that we met
That's
at
not
Rachel's
true.
birthday party.
Yeah, that's totally not true.
Hey, I get to finally meet you.
It's great to finally meet you.
He wins
I won.
He frenzies on my ear.
It's getting really weird. Oprah leather jacket, too
It's
long.
like specific outfit.
It was like long
greasy.
and back.
It almost
Yeah.
was like a Wisconsin waterfall, but not
still
in
in
the
the
front too. Like your love is my love. That's what I meant to say.
I wrote My Love Is Your Love.
Yeah,
is that
same
what it's
thing.
called?
We walked down the aisle.
Yeah, that was the song you played at our wedding.
I don't know the actress from that time period.
You're truly a piece of garbage.
The Obamas are Hillary.
And I wrote the Obamas, including either daughter, for both of us. Yeah.
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 I feel like we would really get along.
I think we really would.
Michelle and I would be like...
Michelle actually does that.
Hey YouTube! Don't forget to like this video and leave a comment if you enjoyed it. And for more People Now, click on the subscribe button down here.
And check out more great video right now by clicking on one of these links.